Okay, folks, I found a long shot. We're back at Parx Racing, race 8. It's a $16,000 starters optional claiming race, 7 furlongs on the dirt for 4-year-olds and up. The favorite is the 2, Fancy Warrior, who is tied for the second best in late pace and is third in speed. The 3-horse Royal Party is also tied for second best late pace, and he's going off at 15-1. So you can see this coming, right? Anyway, here we go.
And now they're all in. Off and racing. Good start for this field of 6, going right to the front. There goes Aunt Berra. She's going right to the lead. In between horses, Fancy Scepter has some speed, along with Fancy Warrior. Also in on the rail, there's Civil Notion to the outside, Thearcherortheprey the Prey. Those 4 across the track, just a length off of Aunt Berra. Then it's back to Royal Party. She trails. Aunt Berra has some company. Fancy Scepter, Fancy Warrior, those 2 to her inside. They're moving up to challenge on the outside, the Prey. She's 4th. Civil Notion in 5th, but not far off, just 2 lengths off the leader. Then it's back to Royal Party, the opening quarter, 23-2. Fancy Scepter sticks her nose in front. Aunt Berra keeping up with her. She's just half a length behind now in 2nd. Then it's Fancy Warrior. She's in 3rd, 2 lengths off the leader. To her outside, it's Thearcherortheprey 4th, followed by Civil Notion. Those 5 in a line. Then it's back to Royal Party. She's 3rd. As they make their way through the far turn, Fancy Scepter, Aunt Berra coming right back at her. Those 2 noses apart. Aunt Berra seizes the lead back from Fancy Scepter, who fights on the half, 47-1. Not much separates this field, just about 4 or 5 lengths as they make their way through the far turn. Aunt Berra, a tenuous lead on the inside. Fancy Scepter, Fancy Warrior swings to the outside for her bid, continuing to make up some ground. Royal Party, she is gaining on the inside. Fancy Scepter has the lead. Aunt Berra comes right back on the outside. Fancy Warrior grinding down the center of the track. Civil Notion and Royal Party, the stablemates, they're both closing sharply. Fancy Warrior now has the lead on the outside. Royal Party and Civil Notion, a 16th left to go. Fancy Warrior, Royal Party gaining with every stride. Fancy Warrior and Royal Party, those 2 hit the wire together. A photo for the win. And a final time of 1:28-1. Hold all tickets until race 8 is official.
Well, it came 3-2-1-5. And the other note on the 3-horse was the hot jockey. And that jockey is Dexter Haddock, who is a top jockey. And he just, he ran the perfect route and went from last to first. Take it by a nose. Anyway, I'm not sure if I'm going to be back again today, folks. We've got a big weekend coming up with the Whitmore and the San Carlos stakes, and then of course on the 16th, a week from Saturday, we get back on the road to the Kentucky Derby with the 100-point races, the Jeff Ruby and the Louisiana Derby. Plus, there's a ton of other stakes races. So I'll be back this Saturday with every stakes race I can find. And then, of course, on the 16th, I'll be here for all the Kentucky Derby races and so forth. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please tap the lucky gold horseshoe down in the right-hand corner. It doesn't cost a dime, and it only takes a second. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below.
3, 2, 1, and 5. Unofficial order of finish: the 3 Royal Party, the 2 Fancy Warrior 2nd, the 1 Civil Notion 3rd, and the 5 Aunt Berra 4th.
And good luck out there, folks.